What is going on, guys? So in tonight's video, I want to talk to you guys about a fragrance from the house of Qoteque. Qoteque has been putting out some really refined, well-blended, well-made, beautiful originals, gorgeous presentation, gorgeous sprayer, gorgeous packaging. I was just overall immensely impressed by this house. So when you order, upon receiving your package, you'll get a box, like a matte royal blue box, gold letter on the front, Qoteque. Very well done. This is going to slide open just like so, and your fragrance is going to be seated on the inside here. The name of this fragrance, Valencia. Beautiful presentation on that. Seated in here really well, not going to fall out. And here is your overall presentation on this. Just a gorgeous bottle, yo. I want to say there's a line out there that kind of has like a similar pattern on their bottles and everything. You got like this gold ribbed cap. You got like this sort of square or diamond faceted bottle. Really beautiful. Got like a really dark amber sort of color to the or hue to that bottle. And then you have your label, which is like a matte gray with a metallic gold. Eau de Parfum. This is a 100 ml bottle, 3.4 ounces. Let's check this out. Got yourself a gold atomizer here, sprayer. Really nice spray on that. Super pressurized, beautiful fine mist that comes out of that bottle. Now, when I smell this, what I pick up with my nose is almost like an apple leather type of scent. There's something really creamy, musky in here, very soft and very like slightly dusty. It's a nice amount of sweetness in here, but the sweetness also kind of goes into that dusty sort of accord that I was catching. There's something almost medicinal happening, and I mean just barely almost. That sweetness is there, but there's something that almost goes medicinal, but it stops, and something catches it, and it just sort of sits there. And I'm glad that it stops. I'm glad that whatever that is didn't go too far in that direction. There's something medicinal in here, just really, really slightly, like almost. You get like something that feels resinous. It's that leathery sort of a vibe that I'm catching. It comes off kind of resinous. You're getting sweet, creamy, resinous, almost leathery sort of a vibe, or maybe a suede. You're getting like a creamy sweetness that's accompanied by that resinous vibe as well. A beautiful muskiness that is sitting in there as well, almost industrial. Really beautiful scent. Now, everything that I'm describing isn't in the fragrance. There's no leather, there's no apple. There's maybe some musky components, but there's no musk separately located in the fragrance. The notes that are in this fragrance is lemon, cinnamon, honey, orange blossom, which I've clearly misspelled, cypriol oil, as well as labdanum. Now, the sweetness, of course, coming from that honey, and you're going to get that creamy sweetness, slightly dusty or fuzziness from that orange blossom. The cypriol oil, I'm not too sure what component that's going to bring. I got to do some more studying onto that note. The labdanum is where we were catching that leathery accord. That's what was coming off like a leather, that sort of resinous, slightly peppery sort of a vibe. That's what was coming from that. I was catching something that I felt was like an apple. So there could have been a combination of like that tart lemon and the cinnamon, but I don't know how I end up confusing that and getting apple. Very beautiful scent. This is a very beautiful, just a nice, well-composed fragrance. Beautiful atomizer. Hits that skin very evenly, very soft. You get a sheen, but it's not soaking your skin upon first spray. Let's do a couple more sprays. Still isn't like soaking the skin. You get a nice little sheen, but it's very evenly done. With other fragrances that I have, I put 1 or 2 sprays on and the sheen is just sitting there, which I can appreciate, but I also appreciate scents like this. I've noticed that on my skin, fragrances that hit the skin a bit more evenly, a bit more even in its distribution, hits the skin a bit more dry on contact, tends to just perform better. uh I don't know what it is about that heavy oil, but it just doesn't seem to project as much, or it just seems like it's on top of the skin versus actually settling into the skin. And that is just gorgeous. That labdanum really gives off a dry, cool leather accord, which I find super enjoyable. That's what I enjoy the most about this. The cinnamon in here isn't sharp in any way at all, and you probably won't detect it. It's mingling in with that orange blossom when you're getting that fuzzy dustiness. It's mingling in with that one very well. I wouldn't be surprised if it's like a Ceylon cinnamon. The honey probably does a really good job at hiding some of that sharpness, if there's any, from that cinnamon, as well as that labdanum. Beautifully composed, beautifully packaged, beautifully presented, and the price point on this isn't bad as well. You can pick this up on their website for like 75 bucks. This is a 100 ml bottle. Great presentations. Are going to come in some dope packaging. It's a bottle that you would love to just display in your collection. Has a very sort of has a nice amount of antiquity to it. Very vintage, antique. Has a nice sort of prestige kind of look to it. But I love the antiquity that this bottle brings to my collection. Very weighty, gives off like a really quality feel and just how it sits. The cap is pretty decent in its weight as well. Plastic inside, but I believe it's a metal outside. Fits snugly onto the atomizer. The bottle is pretty heavy. Picking it up from the cap, you can. I wouldn't. Right now, I'm jostling it around, and it finally came off. I wouldn't pick it up by its top, but it does hold pretty snug. So you can at least grab it for a second, but just make sure you're prepared to hold this. This is a heavy bottle. You don't want this falling and creating a huge mess. I got a glass cabinet back here, so if I drop this is a whole problem. I will drop this link in the description where you guys can check out this fragrance for yourself. I'd say it's worth getting your nose on. It's just a very nice vibe to this fragrance. If I absolutely had to try to place a DNA to give you a reference of what this actually smells like, this smells like a more leather heavy variation of a Greenwich Village. It kind of gives you like that slightly watery lychee or lychee sort of a vibe, but with like a leather labdanum kind of vibe going on as well. That's what this kind of reminds me of. It's not that, but if I had to pick a DNA, that's what I would pick for this. Just a nice, delicious fragrance for you to add to your collection. Qoteque's been doing an amazing job, man. I've been supremely impressed with all three of their offerings. I'm gonna check around and see if they got any more coming out. I would definitely love to get my nose on some other ones and see what else they have to offer. Check out their website, take a look around, see if anything suits your fancy. I would definitely recommend this one, and I would definitely recommend Riviera Nights. And that is it for this video, you guys. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will catch you guys soon. Peace.